Hi everyone, this is another video to do with Warhammer the Old World, and in this one I'll be unboxing the new Lord on Chaos Dragon, which looks like it's a pretty cool model, I have to say. With the new Chaos Warriors army coming out for the Old World, this is really the centrepiece of the army. And with it, I haven't looked at it yet, but you can just tell from the box that with it you get an option of either the sorcerer model riding on top of the dragon and then the sort of champion on foot, or you can build it with the champion mounted on the dragon and the sorcerer on foot. So you actually get, essentially you get three models. You get the two different characters and the dragon. So let's have a look and see what's inside this box. Still sealed. Right. We have some instructions and we have some plastic. What a shock. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the sprues first, actually. It's a big box considering there's not actually that much in it. The box is quite deep. And just two bases, so it's quite a large square base there, and then for the additional character on foot you get that little base there. And so the sprues are like this. Oh, that one's all stuck together, hang on. So if I can get it off without breaking anything. Okay, so you have three of these sort of double sprues and then one for the character. So that's not that much, and these look like big pieces. So, I've been building a lot of Heresy recently, and they're just so many pieces. It's so intricate. It's so time consuming to build. Like dreadnoughts and tanks and infantry and stuff. So this looks a lot better. It looks, much. I mean, if this was a Heresy model, each one of these wings would be wing pieces would be like 7 pieces. So this looks a lot more manageable. Let's have a look at what you get in the sprues. So this will be the sort of character sprue. Let's just adjust this. Why is that not working? Here we go. So I'm turning the wrong thing. Okay, so this is the character sprue. You can see that sword there with the skull. Quite nice detail on these weapons. There's the staff. Again, it's like half of the torso, the arm and the staff. If this was a Heresy model, I mean, this would be like 17 pieces, just this one piece here. There's his cape there, his cloak, with all the skulls on. Cool. Nice detail on those. And then dragon. So yeah, I think that's the back of the chair, the big chaos symbol, with a big book there. That'll be that the sorcerer is reading his spells from. You can see some of the scales there. Yeah, it's nice. I built some of the models from the core box set yesterday, and yeah, they were great to put together. Really nice and easy. Didn't take too long, and look great as well. And I think this is going to be in a similar vein. Just trying to think if there's anything in particular to show. You can see that's the claw, the dragon there. Skeletons at the sort of base by his tail. Yeah, it looks to be some really nice detail on this. Just one last sprue. think this one has more wings. You can see the veins there in the wings. That's a nice touch. Yeah, I'm happy about this. I'm quite excited to build this. See what he looks like on the table. And to that end, let's see what the instructions are like. Turn this back. Right. Okay. So we have 1, 2. See, is that? Just realised I don't have my light on. Is that better or worse? Slightly better. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you've only got 4 pages there, and the dragon's pretty much built. Wow, 5 pages, and you've built the whole dragon. In terms of options, looks like there's some slight options to do with the side of the head, and again here. So there's a few little options as to the horns, how you position the horns on the side of the dragon's heads. I think that's going to be about it. It just says there you have 2 different heads and 2 different horn options, so you can swap them around. And that is not a lot of variety, is it? But so really, if you don't want to buy two of these kits because they're just not much variety. In terms of the 2 characters, though, yeah, you can see, as I said, you know, one will be sitting on this sort of throne, and one will be on foot, and you can choose which you want. It is a little bit of a shame that if you wanted to include both of these in the army, have one sorcerer on dragon and one champion on dragon, that the dragons are pretty much going to be exactly the same. But as I say, I think that's just the nature of Old World. They you know, put in what resources they can into this, but you're just not going to have the variety and the amount of kits that you get in something like 40k. It's just not realistic, I think. And there are some options. You know, the champion, you can either give him a sword like that, the shield. Yeah, but there's lots of different weapon options. You can see them here: the mounted lance, the sword, shield, axe. But essentially it's just the same model. There's head swaps on the sorcerer. Different icons you can put on his staff. But, you know, pretty much you know what you're building. Oh, and the wings are at the back here. So the wings come in, each wing comes in 3 pieces. That's fine, that's manageable. Not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to build this one. I wonder how big it will be. Let's find out. Okay, and now I have actually built the dragon, and this is an absolutely ludicrous model. It is so big. You can't quite fully appreciate it when you just see it on the box, how big this model is going to be. And I'll show you some comparisons in a minute so you can get a sense of that. This is epic, frankly. Now I've got to be a bit careful because I haven't glued the rider or the chair on, because it'll be easier to paint if I can take that off. But just to, I can't even fit it on the screen. This is crazy. Let's see if I can get it maybe slightly better in focus. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Yeah, this is an incredible kit. It wasn't too hard to put together. It probably took me about 4.5 hours to do the whole thing. And there's another character that you get with it as well. And I've built that up as well. I'll show you that in a second. I mean, there were a couple of bits in the instructions where it was very difficult to tell which bit went with what or how you attached one part to another. But I just followed it through and eventually just work it out. And most of it was pretty simple. The wings were very simple, for example, and most of the dragon. It's just an incredible model. So what I'll do is I'll take the rider and the chair off, and then I'll show you these individually. So I've built this one with the champion So you've got this throne here. Let's get this slightly better. So you've got this throne and the saddle that will sit on the dragon. Again, the detail is fantastic. I mean, all you could need to do is just paint that brown, or you could contrast paint it or something, and that's going to have a really nice wood effect because there's so much detail on the just on the plastic alone. That's the back of the chair. It has this chaos, big icon and chains hanging off it, of course. And then you have the champion, and I've built him just with a shield and this sword, so we can get a good view of the sword here. And he just fits nicely on there. I'm just leaving them off for now, just so for ease of painting. But the chair, I might not glue the chair on actually, because if you ever just want to use the dragon on its own as a dragon, you can do that like this by just leaving the chair off. I'm going to have to pull it back, I think, and then refocus, because it's just so big I can't get it on the camera, on the screen. But what a model this is. This is incredible. Again, the detail, the scales, the veins in the wings, just everything about this it's a well designed, really well thought out version of what is going to be an absolute centerpiece of your army. Now, just as a size comparison, to give you an idea how big this thing is, here's a Space Marine. So, and if I do it with the chair on, try not to wreck it by doing this. Oh god. Let's maybe just put the chair on and not the guy. If this gets annoying, I'm just going to have to end up gluing it on. But so that's the dragon in full effect. I wonder if I can show this size difference, but that is the Space Marine hanging out next to it. I mean, can you see that? Can you see the ridiculous size differences? I'm not doing a good job of this, I know, but it's very difficult to... Oh, here we go. We've gone back a little bit further. I think that's all I'm going to be able to show you in terms of distance. But there's your little Space Marine. And just as another quick comparison, here's Fulgrim, who's a big model on a big base, big Primarch, and that is the difference. The dragon absolutely dwarfs the Primarch of the Emperor's Children. So this is a huge model, and it's fantastic, really, really good looking model, great kit. I'm actually excited to sort of paint it and put the whole army together now, because it's just going to look amazing on the table. So hopefully that is useful. I will also show you the sorcerer. So as you saw when I went through in the instructions, you can build this model with the sorcerer on the back of the dragon, or with the champion. And I did it with just the Chaos Warrior champion, so that I could have the sorcerer on foot. And I will show you what he looks like. So let's zoom in, and then I can show you some, because I want to show you the detail on this little chap. So you can see his beard and his face, and the just mixture of textures, bone, chainmail, fur, wood. I mean, there's a lot going on with this model. There's his spell book there, and his cloak. Just a great model. Really good model. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with him. Now, just another comparison. Here are two sorcerers from the Slaves to Darkness range for AOS, to give you an idea. And as I saw with the core box and some of the other characters from the range and figures from the range, it's surprising that the AOS figures are much sort of cleaner, less detailed. sort of aesthetic, really. The amount of detail on this guy compared to this sorcerer is stark, the difference. And they're both great models, but you can tell it's just a different design for a slightly different audience. But both great models. And there's another sorcerer, slightly bigger, again from the AOS Slave to Darkness range, on a tactical rock, so even taller. But just give you an idea. I mean, again, you could mix and match them, and you could use them in the same army if you wanted to. But it's just interesting to see the difference in the design. So yeah, so I hope that was useful. If you're in any doubt about whether to get the Chaos Dragon or not, and you're umming and ahhing about it, I mean, I got it for £95, and as I say, you get that huge dragon with the character on top, and then another character as well, either the sorcerer or the champion, depending on how you build it. I don't regret buying this at all. I think it's a fantastic kit, one of the best kits I've ever bought, if not the best. And I've bought a lot of Games Workshop's kits over the last 10 years. So if you're sitting on the fence, then I'd urge you to pick this one up and build it, because I don't think you'll regret it. So hopefully that video was useful or interesting to you, and if you want to see more, then please like and subscribe. Until the next one, thank you for watching, and take care.